Good evening, everyone. It's Fiery Fiend coming back for not one live stream, but two today. As you can tell, my paranormal streams are back. I am Tim. I am so glad. I'm anxious to see, if anybody has any information or anybody wants to talk about the paranormal experiences. I do have a couple of videos I want to show you. Let's get into this and let's just have fun with it. Get some people in here. Okay, I got 2-1 now. Thumb, I don't care. Okay. Any comments? There. There. To here. I want to pause this. See who's coming in, who wants to come in, who wants to chat, who wants to even have a good time. Sorry, I'm just a little late. I had to eat dinner. We did have Sonic, as a matter of fact. So, get some people in here. May want to have some fun. May want to do this. Get to know. See who is interested in the paranormal. As you've seen one of my streams, one of my past streams, I've had Chris McKenna on. Hey, Maynard. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I told everybody I was doing one. A paranormal stream around 7 o'clock. Yeah, get people in here. I like doing paranormal streams. I really do. So, we're going to see. I would love to get more people in here if they have paranormal experiences. Just paranormal. Give me just a second. A friend of mine may be coming in. I'm interested to see. I get to see people watching. I'm gonna play some videos, and I'm gonna stop in between to see if anyone could see anything of the spirit nature, paranormal nature in these videos. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Let's see here. Okay. Share screen up. Ready to go. Go. I'm not going to share yet. yeah, it's going to be great. I'm anxious to see if I see people watching. They're more than welcome to come in if they want. But if they don't want to, I can understand that. Excuse me. And I do respect that. You know, I want to do a hi Queenie. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how interested in the paranormal. Boy, StreamYard's chat is low. Okay. I just tweeted my stream out, so it takes a minute. But I'm going to start one. Okay, I'm going to share the audio. And this is from Nuke's top 5 channel. I'm going to mute and see how it goes. Let's start this.
Most of them just look like very bad, poorly edited fakes. But in this list, I'm going to be counting down the top 5 most believable ghost videos on the internet.
Okay. We're going to watch this. This is from Luke's top 5. Let's hit one. Can y'all see good?
The Horton Mine Ghost. On the YouTube channel Exploring Abandoned Mines, there's a guy named Frank who does explorations of really creepy old abandoned mines in the western United States. Frank is by no means a ghost hunter, and in fact his YouTube channel has nothing to do with ghosts or the paranormal at all. However, Frank has posted two frightening supernatural experiences he had while exploring the haunted Horton Mine in Nevada.
This is one of the creepiest mine tunnels I've ever been in, just because of how dilapidated it is and all these chains hanging down from the overhead, and there's a shot down the tunnel even further. It's still pretty wet. Here's a shot looking back towards the entrance. I'm a little bit further in, and looking down the tunnel here.
It's the audio problem? Huh. I got it up as high as I can. Let me see what I can do here. It's all the way up. Okay.
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not.
Okay. Let me restart it, see if I can restart it. Just a second here. Okay. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't echo. Maybe if I mute myself, see if y'all can hear it. Let me mute. And I'm going to restart it. Okay, Morticia. Let me try this again. Edge. Here we go. Sharing the audio. Okay. I'm not even hearing anything. Oh.
bad,
Really
poorly edited fakes. But in this list, I'm going to be counting down the top 5 most believable ghost videos on the internet. The Horton Mine Ghost. On the YouTube channel, Exploring Abandoned Mines, there's a guy named Frank who does explorations of really creepy old abandoned mines in the western United States. Frank is by no means a ghost hunter. And in fact, his YouTube channel has nothing to do with ghosts or the paranormal at all. However, Frank has posted 2 frightening supernatural experiences he had while exploring the haunted Horton Mine in Nevada.
Is that better? Can y'all hear
This is one
better?
of the creepiest mine tunnels I've ever been in, just because of how dilapidated it is and all these chains hanging down from the overhead, and there's a shot looking down the tunnel a little further, but it's still pretty wet.
I don't know why it causes an echo. That's weird.
Here's a shot looking back towards the entrance. I'm a little bit further in. And looking down the
Let me see. Give me just a second. Ow. I wonder if it's StreamYards. Okay. Yes. Just here. Share the audio. Share. I'm going to try it again, y'all. Bear with me.
tunnel here.
Yeah. Let me see if I can make it bigger, Morticia. How's that?
I don't know why one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not. Yeah, this mine definitely has a very spooky vibe to it. So I'm going to head back out and check out the other stuff that's here. This is just too wet, too muddy. And obviously something is making the chains. So time to get the hell out of here.
I'm wondering if that's just his video.
Keep in mind as you watch this video that these chains you see swinging weigh over 40 pounds. So they would not be moved by a simple
No, it's a mine. It's a mine, Maynard.
The mine explorer Frank left the abandoned Horton mine and did not return for a year. However, despite his fear after his first visit to the mine, Frank did eventually return to the site. He was determined to trek deeper into the Horton mine shaft
I don't know why
to see what he could find. What he discovers this time is even more frightening.
The Horton tunnel.
Okay.
And there's the ore pass with all the cascading water. And what the fuck is that?
I'm not sure, Maynard. I'm really not sure. It's got to be his camera, I think.
I don't know what that was, but there was a sudden blast of cold air, and I'm getting out of here.
After repeatedly watching the footage, YouTube commenters on the video believe that they have someone identified.
Okay, I'm going to try something different. Give me just a second. Okay. Let me see. On it. Not what I'm looking for. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Give me just a second. I would. Morticia, you know I would. You know I would. Let's see. Okay. I know I probably played this once before, but now since I got the paranormal streams up and running, I want to play it again. Let's see if I can do this, and I hope it does good. Share the audio. Okay, share. Okay, can y'all see? Let's hear this now. This is from the Warren. Oops. Go here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand
This
new
is
program of Seekers of the Supernatural. I'm your moderator, Tony Sparrow, along tonight with Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren,
they talk
famous
about
ghost hunters.
the
It's a
real
new
story
year.
of Annabelle.
It's a new show. We have new cases. But for those who perhaps aren't very familiar with Ed and Lorraine Warren, what we'd like to do, like I said, it is a new year. It's the year 2000.
Okay,
We'd
Maynard,
like to
good.
talk to Ed and Lorraine regarding how they started,
Maybe
how
it's
long
that
they've been
guy's
in this
camera. I don't
business,
know.
what they think of the new millennium, things to come. So what I'd like to do is start out with you, Lorraine.
Mhm.
If you could tell us how you and Ed began the work and how long ago it was.
Wow. It's a long time, Tony. It was over 50 years ago that
Yeah.
we began as husband and wife to do it. Not long after Ed came home, after serving in World War II, he began talking about that home he grew up in Bridgeport, began talking about the hauntings that had occurred there. That was really hard for
This
me
is
to
going to be
accept
my
that.
tribute to
I
the
had never been
Warrens.
in a haunted home, but I always had something about myself I didn't understand, and that was an ability to know things through extrasensory perception. But I suppressed those feelings, Tony, to a great extent because there really was no one I could share them with. Now, with Ed, it was important to him to satisfy his curiosity regarding that house that he grew up in. Did other families really experience the types of things that he experienced? And as artist, because he was now studying art and already beginning to sell his paintings very early on in his career after getting out of the service, within the first couple of years.
Let me ask you, you said you had the ability to know things.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? And what year, how old were you?
It started about 9, Tony, that I had the ability I could see lights around people and know things about these people, but I didn't quite understand it. But I always had tremendous faith. I still do. I always felt that through prayer, anything could be changed. If it was God's will, anything could be helped. And I always relied on that. But I didn't understand what I experienced. Also, the night I met my husband and I knew I was going to spend my life with him, I fully did not understand that. That was my first outstanding thing that happened in my young adult life.
Now, let me interrupt for one moment. Ed, I'd like you to address
Yeah.
that.
Well, you got to understand, Tony, that there was a lot of confusion when I was small because my father, who was a police officer at that time, would always say to me, Ed, there's a logical reason for everything that happens in this house. These were not logical things. You don't see the spirit of an old woman coming out of a closet. Your bed doesn't shake.
Is it
You don't hear
still
pounding
lagging,
sounds. The room doesn't turn
Morticia?
icy cold. You don't see lights flashing across the room. These were not logical things. My dad knew it.
Morticia
But
can
on the
tell
other
you,
hand,
I've
he
had
didn't want to
Chris
frighten us.
McKenna on
And
my
he
stream.
always felt that
Was Miss D.
his religious beliefs were strong enough to take care of anything in that house because he was a very spiritual man. I don't think I ever know my father missing a day's mass. He always make sure he went to mass in the morning or went to church after work when he'd come home late at night. But he'd always make a visit to the church. So what I wanted to do was to find out if what he said was true. There's a logical reason for everything, Ed, but there wasn't.
This is a house in Bridgeport?
This is a house in Bridgeport, Connecticut on Jane Street.
Oh,
That was
okay.
haunted. I lived there from the age of 5 until 12.
Mm-hmm.
This was my indoctrination into the world of the supernatural and preternatural.
Yep.
Now, I went to a parochial school, which is a Catholic school, and the nuns were constantly talking about apparitions, the Holy Ghost, spirits. You know, this was part of Catholic doctrine, still is today. So that I was familiar with that, and I would connect what was happening in my home with what was happening or in school, what they were telling me. And then I would hear this old priest talk about a man being possessed 2 streets down from where I lived,
Mm-hmm.
and that exorcism was going to be performed. Now, I was only a kid. I'm only 8, 9, 10 years old, you know. But I understood what they were talking about. I had an inner knowledge even at that time. A lot of people say to me, well, Ed, you're one of 7 religious demonologists in the country today. How did you become a demonologist? Did you go to school for that? Do you have some kind of a diploma or certificate? No. I was born a demonologist. I had the inner knowledge that I use today. In fact, a lot of priests will come to me and say, where did you learn about this? It wasn't anything I learned out of a book. And then, as Lorraine and I went from one case to another, 50 years ago, we put these cases into certain categories.
Mm-hmm.
Earthbound spirits, demonic, inhuman spirits, poltergeist. And we took all of this knowledge and we put it into 9 books that we have today. We're working on number 10. But this was important for us because as a kid, I'd read a book and it would be about a certain case of a haunting. And then I'd read another book. It was telling about the same haunting, but things had changed. One writer had changed it from the other. So I told her, we can't pay attention too much to what these people are saying in these books. We have to take the knowledge that we have, and that's the knowledge we'll put into our books.
Do you remember like the first case you guys ever went on together?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it was?
The Ocean-Born Mary House in
Was it?
Henniker, New Hampshire.
Wow.
And it was in that house, Tony. Now, remember, we were up there to deliver paintings.
They are awesome people, I'm going to tell you.
Ed was drawn to these places like a magnet.
For those who perhaps haven't tuned in before, Ed and Lorraine are known artists. And I think they had panned in on one of Ed's paintings before we even began the program tonight. Can you tell us a little bit about that painting, Ed?
That's a screen castle in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Lorraine and I do a lot of traveling. And I take pictures of haunted areas. When I get home, I'll do paintings of them. That's what this particular painting is about. But in my earlier years, when I left art school, I came home one day. I said to Lorraine, look it, all the tourist areas are opening up in Vermont, New Hampshire. Now we're talking early 1950s.
Right.
I know that if I do some quick paintings of New England scenes, seascapes, landscapes, we could sell them for fantastic prices. We'll be rich. I said, we'll be on Easy Street. And I did sell them.
How much?
For $3, $4. But don't laugh on it.
That was good money then.
$3, you could stay overnight for $1 a piece in a cabin. Hot dogs were 10 cents. Hamburgers were 10 cents. gasoline was 18 cents a gallon. So if I sold 4 or 5 paintings for $4 or $5, we were on top of the world, and we're hobnobbing
He
with all
got
these
some
tourists.
talent. I'm gonna tell
it was
you,
a fun
he got
time
some
for us.
talent.
And I would say to her, I heard about this house. In fact, I'll give you a rundown on that. We had to deliver 6 paintings to a logging camp up in Vermont, or excuse me, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
And we took this couple with us. It was a Sunday. We started out early. We figured it would take us 7 hours to get up there, 7 hours to get back. We were kids. We didn't care. And we drop off the paintings for this kid who had bought them for his brother for his wedding. But on the way up there, we came to a sign, and it said Henniker. I said, Henniker? Son of a gun, I said. I just read about Henniker, New Hampshire, about 3 weeks ago, a haunted house called the Ocean-Born Mary House. And this kid in the back says, Ed, there must be a million Hennikers. We round the curve, Tony, and there's a sign there.
Mm-hmm.
And the sign says, this is the only Henniker on earth.
Now you have seen that sign.
I've seen that
You
sign.
and
That sign is
Judy.
still there today.
Still
You
there
and
today.
Judy were there. Yes.
And that was over 50 years ago. You
That was over 50 years ago.
Yeah.
It's probably a
Well,
different sign,
guys,
but
but
the
it
sign
still
is
says
still
the
there.
same
It
thing.
says the same
And
thing.
I said to them, this is a fascinating case. It's of a woman who was born at sea when the pirates attacked the ship her mother was on. Her mother became all excited and frustrated, had the child.
Mhm.
The pirate captain came on board and said, if you'll name that child Mary after my mother, I'll spare everybody on board. No problem. The child was named Mary. But the strange thing is that this captain, who was named Captain Perry, kept in touch with the baby when she even grew up after she was married. Her name was Mary Walsh.
Mm-hmm.
The husband died. The pirate captain built this beautiful big home up on a hill in Henniker. We was pretty old at that time, and I guess she probably was in her late 40s. So with the husband being gone, he made her a deal. He said, look, if you'll come and be my housekeeper with your sons, she had 7 sons, very tall guys.
Yep, and she was very tall.
He said, you can live here for the rest of your life. Well, she took on
Well, guys, I was just wanting to say, I know I've talked to the grandson. I talked to Tony Sparrow. There was some kind of thing going on with Annabelle at one time. Hey, boss. That was with the Ghost Adventures crew. And hold on, guys. See who this is. As I was saying, Jake, you need to go. You ain't welcome here. I'm sorry, you're not welcome here. But don't block him. Okay. Let me see if I can bring him back. Okay. Jake, you're back. But don't come in here messing up my streams. I don't go in yours. You don't go in mine messing up. Just a second here. Like I said, that I've known the Warrens' grandson for it's been a couple of weeks, about a couple of months now. He's pretty cool. Tony Sparrow, I talked to him through an email on Patreon. But like I'm saying, you know, okay. Okay. I'll let people know. Like I'm saying, I'm doing my paranormal streams. I'm going to try to use a different program to see if the screen share is better. But yeah, I just want to try it again. Try it back tonight. Okay, Maynard. But yeah, I'm just doing this. It's just kind of like a small start back of doing my paranormal. Has anybody had any paranormal experiences they would like to talk about? If not, I think I'm going to end it here. And tomorrow I may start back up again. But I want to thank everybody for coming in to my paranormal stream for tonight. I will start another one up tomorrow. It's going to be on a different I'm using a different program called Melon. But for everybody, have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to do mine tomorrow around 6. Get more people in. I know people's busy. And I will see everybody then. If you like what I do, make sure if you can hit the thumbs up, I appreciate it. If you can comment, I really appreciate it. I will answer every one of them. But anyways, take care of yourself. Remember the people from 9/11 today. Keep them in your hearts. Have a good night.